So this is really interesting, and I just want to I want to kind of engage with the crowd here. We've got a couple of people, and Marie already has chimed in. Look, would love to hear who's on the line. Just tell us where you're from, and I'd like to ask you a question if you're so inclined. Tell us what has business been like for you? I mean, do you feel like you work 80 hours a week? Do you feel like you want to get to 40? What are the challenges that you have in business? There's this illusion of what business is supposed to be and how you're supposed to be able to control your life, but it doesn't quite work that way. Let us know. Is that the way it works for you? Have you gotten past that yourself? So please jump into the comments and let us know. I'd love to know, and I think Sheri and I could have a better conversation just around how you shape it. One thing that I heard in what you just said was being brought up as a doer. The society, I think, at large, so emphasizes this ability of somebody to be able to do it all. When in fact, I just had a conversation with my team today. I got to tell you, it was one of the most satisfying feelings I had today. When I've got a team of about 6 people, I built an accountability chart to say, here's what's their why in being part of that team. And we went through that. I said, anyone have questions? They're like, no, we get this. And I said, it's kind of a drop the mic moment. I was like, all right, my work here is done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They know what they're supposed to do. They own it. They get it. How does that play into what you're saying here and being able to get to that 40 hours versus 80?
Oh, it's great. And it's even better when you get to 10. So, I love to help people. And I think that seeing people succeed and watching your team members really shine and grow and kind of become, you see them learn, you see them develop, you see them grow, and you see them do it with ease. And like I say, maybe better than you could have, where before you're like, I'm the end all do all, right? But I'm really not. I'm just there as the coach. A good team, the coach doesn't get on the field and run the football down the field and throw it and pass it, and he builds a team. And so many of us think that we have to do it all, that we have to do everything, that nobody's going to do it the way we do it, which is true. But what if they did it better? And people want to be empowered and feel important, and are they doing a good job? And at some point you just can't scale. I mean, you just can't grow. You're going to get stuck. And what fun is that? Like, we're in business to do that. Right. So, and the other thing is so many people think that it's great to be a business owner, and then it's great to be an entrepreneur, and then it's great to be there at the top because you have all these freedoms. Well, we really don't unless you learn to empower your people and delegate and be that visionary to help be the driving force to move forward, but not to do it all. That, being able to do it all, that's like an employee that's overworked, right? So.
That's right. So we got a couple of comments here from Marie. Thanks for chiming in. A couple of things she said is combining the first few topics. When the culture is a good fit, then working longer hours can be more fun and fulfilling. You're doing it because you want to, not because you have to.
Very true.
Four letters that are different, but gosh, what a significant shift in how you exist in the world, right? You're smiling all the time as opposed to, I got to get that spreadsheet done, right?
And even though we can do something, doesn't mean we should be doing something, right? And so there are things I can do, but when I do them, I'm pretty grumpy about it, like taxes and that kind of stuff. And even though I can do it, do I want to? Is that really the best use of my time? I have a client right now that's working 60 to 80 hours a week. And my conversations with her is like, what's more important? She's like, well, I got to stay at work. And she's at work till 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. And it's like, but what about your family? Yeah. What about your family? What story do you want your kids to tell about you owning a business? That mom was never home, that mom never had time, that mom worked all the time. What do you want your kids' story to be versus you know, hey, mom owned this great business and she was so successful that mom was always home for dinner and mom was always at my events and mom could take off when she needed and mom was here for me. But wow, the success she had behind that, right? So what's a better story, right? It's not about the hours, it's about the results.
So I want to get some juicy details, right? Some stories, to whatever level you're willing to share. Why did you? So I want to kind of come back to this $1 million climb and this system that you've put together for people to kind of take the steps up that ladder to get to the top. What got you there? Where were you sitting? What day was it? What had happened that you said, "Damn it, there's got to be a better way"? Tell me a story.
Well, so we all make lots of mistakes, right? And that the beauty of owning a business is we're allowed to fail and then pick up the pieces and fail again without consequences of being fired. And hopefully staying up, keeping the doors open to do it. But no, made a lot of mistakes. I've owned 5 businesses. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've grown a lot. I've learned a lot, and each year gets better and better. And as you grow, you think back through your stories of, gee, had I done this way, or the next time I'm going to do it this way because I'm not going to make that kind of mistake again, or I'm going to restructure, or I'm going to. So one of my biggest lessons was leading by the numbers. Like you talked about data and the importance of data. So understanding numbers, it is amazing how many people don't do financials all year and take the shoebox still to the CPA, which like blows my mind with software like QuickBooks and stuff out there. But they don't even know where their numbers are going to be. They just look at the checkbook balance and say, oh, we had a good year and I'm going to go buy a boat or an RV or whatever that is. And so having those financial numbers, and then even better, having financial benchmarks that you can manage your business through to know when things are good or things are bad. If an employee tells me something's happening, it's like, is it? So I can go look at the numbers and I can pull the data and saying, yeah, you're right. Or maybe you're not. And here, let me show you why. The joke in my company was never have an argument with Sheri about numbers. Yeah, I'm telling you. So, but you can truly manage by the numbers. And once you understand the numbers, they're really not that scary. I would, I'm in the pest control industry. I would think that in any industry, there are good numbers to have and good benchmarks, stuff like that. Assigning KPIs to employees, I didn't realize the importance of that. And when everybody wants to know whether or not they're doing a good job. I mean, there's a statistic I read that said 40% of the time employees are wondering if they're doing a good job.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. Think of all the wasted time. Like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Did approving of what I'm doing? Did I have a good day? Am I going to get fired? Oh my gosh, my boss is going to talk to me. Am I going to get fired? And the boss just wants to compliment you, right? So having a key performance indicator, KPI, lets me know I'm doing a good job because, I'm producing this, or I'm getting this many leads, or my sales close rate is that, or whatever those numbers are that I'm being held accountable to. I now know I'm doing a good job as an employee. And as an owner, we need to be looking at dashboards or KPIs that tell us the temperature of our business. How are we doing? It's just like, look at, when you drive a vehicle, how many gauges are on your dash when you're driving? About 5. So that tells you can see 5 gauges at a time. So everybody should have approximately 5 gauges to measure what they're doing, whether it's your business or your position or something, to where you have no more than 5. You could have less, but those KPIs create great accountability. They create great self-worth of the employee, that I am achieving and I am doing a good job. And I didn't realize that was so important until had years of experience behind me and started implementing them and realized the power behind them.
So I'd like to ask everyone who's chiming in. We've got some who've already put some comments in. KPIs, the five dial dashboard, I think is what I'll call it. Do you all have a five dial dashboard? Do you have KPIs that you use in your company today? Do you have one, zero? Do you have 50? Right? What do you all do in your company? I'd love to hear in the comments. Do you have a five dial dashboard yourself? Sheri, the running by the numbers, for me personally, one of the things that has scared me a lot about running by the numbers is that if I become too much of a numbers person, then it could be construed that all I care about is the numbers and I don't care about the human side of it, because I can know all the numbers, but if I don't take care of the employees, I want to build a family feel. Our family feel and the numbers, can they exist together? I think so. I'd love to hear from you.